Hey everybody, this is Daniel and Kelly from fitnessblender.com, and we don't really have the answer to a question. It's more of a, I guess it's more of a rant.
It's pretty much a full-blown rant.
Yeah. So have fun, sit back and watch.
Yeah. So you guys actually asked us to speak up about this too, and we've seen it for a while, and we've been biting our tongues, and we're tired of that. So here goes. Fitspo and Fitspiration and all of that garbage out there with pictures of, photoshopped, starved a lot of times,
scantily clad,
surgically
enhanced.
enhanced. Thank you.
Right. Which is an underestimation for.
Yeah, and lighting and all this stuff, and they have these really inspiring words on them, and they drive us crazy. So things like, don't stop until you're proud, meaning that, if you're going to college and you're holding down a job or you're raising your kids well, that's nothing. We're looking for the number on the scale. So you are no one, you're nothing, and you should not be proud of yourself until you fit into a certain pair of jeans or fit some kind of body ideal that someone else, who is even turning the wheels anymore, I don't even know.
I mean, that kind of saying for us would mean that as soon as you finish, or as soon as you started a workout, you're done. You should be proud of yourself. You actually started working out, so that is something to be proud of.
That's the part. If you got your workout done, check.
Yeah.
Count me in. That's the point where you should be proud. Not reaching for some kind of crazy body ideal that may not even be possible for you and definitely doesn't indicate that you're healthy or not. Another one I hate is the squat picture. There's a picture of some poor girl, some poor lady who's probably on the beach enjoying herself, and her butt it's a little flat. So what, right? And then they put it next to some woman who's like perfect lighting. She's got her butt stuck out, and she's got it looks
photoshopped
like
on top of that,
and it looks like around her butt. And they say, "Women, take notice. No squats and squats." And it's just like, those are both humans. For number one, and they both have feelings. Let's not get totally gushy here. But the other thing is, it's appearance related, and it's just body shaming. And you're shaming skinny people.
On top of that, they're actually objectifying one specific portion of the female body.
Because it's just the arse. So that is the entire picture.
It's no longer a person. It's just a butt. Yeah. And what they think they're doing for motivating women, because it's predominantly they are focused towards women. There's a lot of them for guys too.
There's a few of them out there.
Most of the ones for guys are like meathead type stuff, but yeah, they are trying to promote, not necessarily health and fitness, but basically just ridiculously skeletally thin with giant implants and butt, and they don't even for a second take into account all of the amazing amount of damage that they're doing to your just overall psychology wise, but also just from how the overall culture treats women, because they start hacking women apart into parts.
No
so it's
head, no smile.
Yeah, so you encourage women and men to objectify one specific part of a person, whether it's a male or female or what have you. So the whole idea of Fitspiration is just like nails on a chalkboard, because it's so very, very rarely done correctly.
Right. It's motivating one to exercise, and if that works for you, it's fine. Do what you have to do to get your butt moving, But making so there's only one body type that is healthy, because guess what? Skinny is healthy sometimes. Some people are skinny, sometimes overweight. There's people that carry an extra 30 pounds, and I bet you they can outrun you and outlift you and outlast you in anything. I mean, what you look like is not an indicator of how healthy you are. So, number one, don't judge yourself. Look at how you're treating yourself. Number two, shut up about everyone else's body. You have no right. If you are one of those people who has ever muttered anything nasty about another person's body, just quit. Look at what you're doing. Look at what it is that's making you say that kind of thing, but it's not okay. The whole and our entire society does it. We just can't make up our minds. Like, one moment you need to be completely starved looking, and that's in. That's what looks. Right. That's what everybody's after.
And the next minute you have to be big and curvy.
And now it's the fact is we come in all different shapes and sizes, and that's totally fine. The whole the body shaming thing, it bothers me. It bothers both of us. There's all kinds of things. The skinny, fit is the new skinny, meaning that if you're skinny, you're no longer anymore. Sorry, just luck's out for you. Your body's not good enough all of a sudden. Boys like, what is it? Boys like bones. Men like meat, or men
No,
like,
it's
what is it?
meat is for the man, bone is for the dog.
There we go. Like that whole thing. I'm serious. People say that all the time, and it really bothers me.
Yeah.
It is not okay to say anything about another person's body. And the internet is this place where people just go and say whatever they want, because everyone is nameless, faceless. You can be as brave as you want. So you have all these cowards behind a keyboard just typing out things.
Okay, put it this way. If you would never say these things to the person's face, you shouldn't say them to anyone else in any other form at any time, ever. Before you say anything about someone, before you start getting into that mental process of tearing someone else down to make yourself feel better, stop and think, would I actually say this to this person? Would I want someone to point out my flaws? Because if your answer is yes, then number one, you're fooling yourself, because no one wants their flaws pointed out.
Especially not brutally.
No.
I mean, as a person who, both of us are in front of the camera, so we actually get some of the trolls. We are so lucky in that 99.9% of our audience, you guys, you're amazing. You're like positive and encouraging, and you just
couldn't ask for a better group of
with
people.
Millions and millions and millions of people a month, which we have now, we also get people who come in and just leave these one-liners that are just like, I mean, there are days where I love what we're doing, and I don't want to stop what we're doing, but there are some days when you push a video live where you're just like, oh God, what? I mean, there's always someone who has to say something like, Photoshop. They say we use Photoshop. They say, I've heard some terrible things about my body. What are some of the weird things we've heard? There's just so much stuff, and it's like, it's a little bit
like
scary
people
to
always
share
thinking that Kelly's pictures are Photoshopped. I think that's hilarious, just because Photoshopping has done so much damage over the years of creating this fictitious woman. I mean, or man, and even models say they could never be as good looking as the pictures of themselves that have been photoshopped. So we've created this illusion of what's supposed to be perfect that doesn't exist. It's 100% unattainable by any person ever on the face of the planet. It just doesn't exist. So why do people still keep doing it? So that's why we don't Photoshop our pictures. We use lighting, and we might color correct a little bit, but we don't Photoshop. We don't take out scars. We don't cover up blemishes. We don't put in extra lines for abs, which a lot of people do, which I think is freaking stupid. But so I think everyone as a society should hold the media to a higher standard for not Photoshopping. I mean, granted, you use the term media loosely because
it's everywhere now.
Yeah.
With the internet, everyone is media.
Yeah.
But so our original rant was Fitspo.
Yeah.
And that we're way off that now, sorry. But it fits back in, like the Photoshopping.
Yeah.
If the image you're looking at to motivate yourself is not real.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't use a fake photo of someone who's never looked like that, even on their best day, to sell this idea that, oh, you need to look like this, otherwise you're not as good and you're not a good person. I'm sorry, but that's just so ridiculously inappropriate and just disgusting, to for lack of a better word. I mean, it's just it is really one of those things that just really grinds our gears. It's just every time we see one, it's just like a
There's
just
some that are
cringe.
worse than others. And then the other side.
What's with Ryan Gosling? I mean, is that fitness motivation to people? I don't get that one. Sorry, but
I get it. Anyway.
I'll cook your dinner after you're finished with your workout.
Yeah. That one I understand. I'm just saying. I want a guy to cook me dinner after a workout.
I cook you dinner all the time.
After I'm done with my squats, I know. Just saying. But no, the other thing is too, there's, aside from, this crazy image that's talking about like skinny, or some kind of like vaguely thinly disguised, you need to have this body before you feel proud of yourself.
Yeah. That
kind of pitch, or trying to define what fit and healthy looks like when really not so much,
Basically, there are however many people are there, 6-7 billion people in the world now. That is how many different versions of fit and healthy there can be.
Right, yeah.
So to say that this one specific type of body shape is perfect is stupid. Anyone who believes that one specific type of body is perfect
Naive.
is I was going to use a different word, but yes, naive works.
Um,
So you have to keep in mind that fitness is not about what you look like. It's about what you can do. It's about what your body's capable of. And always tell yourself that when you see one of these stupid pictures of these girls that's scantily clad with giant fake implants and, rail thin or, even
or muscles for that matter.
or a bunch of muscles.
All
Yeah,
of that stuff is so hard to attain.
Yeah.
You have to realize the people in those pictures, they knew that photo was going to be taken, and they dieted and they strength trained and they ran and they, you know what I mean? Like,
killed themselves to get there.
It's not healthy.
And then got
Ironically,
photoshopped
the
afterward.
person in that picture probably couldn't run a half a mile at the moment that picture was taken because they're so depleted of calories, carbs, everything it takes to live a normal life healthily.
And all they have going for them is that they know how to work the overall social media platform. They know what they can put up and either get a good response or a bad response. They don't care because all they want is hits.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
Response.
Yeah. If you see something that you don't like, don't comment on it. Just ignore it because every single time you comment on it and thumbs it up or whatever, it puts it out there for even more people to see. So please, please, please stop sharing this stupid stuff.
So actually keep that in mind with a lot of different things because I've seen a lot of different people crop up lately and they purely have a following because they're saying really terrible things like, I'm not even going to go into it because I don't want to send traffic their way. They're just completely moronic. They're like promoting thigh gaps and whatnot. I won't go into anything else except for that they're just they have no idea what they're talking about. And the internet is a beautiful thing, but it's also frightening that people can get on a platform and reach that many people, having no idea what they're talking about. But as a viewer, what you can do every time you vote with your views. So just stay away from it. If you, I know it's hard. It's like a train wreck. You want to go look. Maybe it makes you a little angry and you get fired up and get in a conversation or whatever. I mean, you vote every time you watch something. So if you're watching this person, you're putting them into, you're allowing them to reach more people. And usually the message is not that fantastic. So just be careful. And protect yourself because eventually, even if you know better, after a while being exposed to that kind of thing over and over and over again, your mind kind of sets a new normal and you stop realizing how alarming these images are or how alarming the message is. So you just kind of get desensitized and you don't want to do that to yourself.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope, even when you think you have a hang on things. I do it all the time. I need to readjust and remember, I am not the person in the picture. I am me. I have stretch marks or pimples or whatever. I'm not perfect at all, and that is completely okay.
And ladies, keep in mind that this stuff affects men as well. Not only the pictures they see of women, but also the Fitspiration stuff that's geared towards men as well. So guys go through the same exact stuff as feeling inadequate with, I don't have Arnold Schwarzenegger size muscles, so I must not be a good enough guy, or a six pack, or bulging biceps. It's absolutely ridiculous the amount of body shaming that this world or specifically country too focuses on and trying to sell you stuff that you don't need. I mean, the Fitspiration stuff is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to using these pictures to try to make you feel bad about yourself. Almost every single fitness and health-related product on the market today uses some kind of visual or text write-up to make you feel like you are inadequate and you need this product to make yourself better. And I mean, our videos are a very, very good example of you don't need anything. You need your body. You need your body weight.
Motivation.
And a little bit of motivation, and that's it. And you can have
some fruit and veggies.
So much better life as far as not only how you feel and what you can do, but also in turn, when you work out and exercise to feel better and be able to do more, you also, voila, happen to get a nicely shaped body as well. And whatever that shape might be. It doesn't matter what the frame looks like. It doesn't matter how much body fat percentage is there. If you can do these things with your body, then you are going to look athletic. You're going to look fit. You're going to look healthy. You're going to have a nice skin complexion. I mean, you're going to improve your body overall in so many different ways that it's almost uncountable. So just keep in mind, don't hold yourself to anyone else. Don't look at a picture and go, oh yeah, I need to look like that, so I'm going to start working harder. You should be doing it for you and not for anyone else.
So that was a very long tirade of sorts, but in the end, going back to our original kind of conversation, what had us all fired up, the idea of Fitspiration or Fitspo or whatever you want to call it, all those stupid little quotes. If something motivates you, hold on to it, run with it, whatever. But just realize it's not real. And if you set that as your bar to where you're going to feel proud about yourself, you're never going to reach it because it is not real. Just realize that a lot of the advice that comes along with those Fitspiration pictures it's not good advice. It's not smart advice. A lot of it doesn't work. And a lot of it is way too extreme to ever be healthy. And additionally, we think they're at the root of all evil because they're reaffirming that you have to look a certain way in order to be healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that encourages people to talk about other people's bodies, actually, because they're like, well, that person doesn't have the shape that I see. Like, the over and over and over is reaffirmed that that is what healthy looks like, sort of thing. So maybe you start feeling like it's okay to talk about how that person's physique differs from what you would call the ideal body. You know, like, it puts it in a, it's a negative spin on something that could be very beneficial to a person's life. You know, exercise is fantastic. It changes everything. It can make your life so much better. Everything from depression to self-confidence to, I mean, all kinds of diseases and illnesses and ailments. The list goes on and on and on. But so keep it positive by protecting yourself from that kind of thing and realizing that healthy is going to look different on every person.
Find your inspiration in something more related to yourself. Find your inspiration in you want to be able to run a mile in a certain time. You want to be able to lift a certain amount of weight. You want to be able to walk up your stairs in your house without panting. You want to be able to run around with your kids and not feel completely wiped out in 2 seconds. Think of things that are relative to you, things that you want to improve about your life for yourself or for your kids or for your husband, your boyfriend, whatever. Just think of things that you can do for your life and find your inspiration there as opposed to what someone else is telling you is supposed to be inspirational.
So I think that's the end of our rant.
I think so.
Never really be sure.
We could keep talking about this and ranting about this for a few more hours, but
that's what we should do. We should have a meetup rant. We could all just sit around the table and gripe about the fitness industry. Oh my gosh, there's no shortage though. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's so much.
You'll see more of these types of videos.
Actually, what is your biggest pet peeve about the fitness industry? I wonder.
We'd love to hear what bothers you guys. What things out there are the things that you really struggle with.
Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Bloopers either because
I feel so good. I've been waiting to blow that steam off for years, babes. With really motivating, inspiring words
butt
on
cracks.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we need to start over.
Yeah.
Ready?
Hi everybody, it's Daniel and Kelly here. Yay!
OMG. But I liked your start. Can we just use that?
Sure.
We should just use this whole thing. And then they can see how crazy we are.
We're crazy.
Like, that we can't keep anything in order.
Yeah.
That these 5-minute vlogs take us like 3 days because...
Script? Who needs a script?
We don't like
We don't need no stinking script.
And...
Whoa. That's going in the bloopers.
No, it's not.